It's Ash from Super Videos, back for another video for Season 10 of The Walking Dead. In this video, we're going to be taking a look at how Alpha knew that the survivors crossed her border 3 times. So in the last episode, when Alpha was talking to Carol, Michonne, and Daryl, Michonne mentioned that they only crossed her border once during the satellite crash, and they did so to stop the fire to prevent one of their communities, Oceanside, from being wiped out. Now, when Michonne brings this up, Alpha actually corrects her. She says, "You crossed my border 3 times. And just a recap of when those were. The first one was during the snowstorm, which happened in Season 9, Episode 16. The second time was actually in the premiere of Season 10, before they crossed over her land to take care of the fire. So remember, there was a scene where Michonne and Aaron were just walking by. Aaron, he goes towards this bridge and kills some walkers. Remember that? That was actually Aaron and Michonne crossing over Alpha's border. Now, how do we know this? Well, Alpha said, "You crossed it the second time when you," referring to Michonne, "and the man with the mechanical arm crossed my border to get to the bridge." So that obviously reflects back on that scene from the premiere. And then the third time was obviously the time they crossed the border to take care of the fire. So the snowstorm, the bridge, and the fire. So those are 3 instances, 2 of which are from Season 10, like I mentioned. So then, how did Alpha know? During the snowstorm, there were no whispers around. So how did she know? Well, one possibility is that she actually had some whispers hanging out and watching the group. That's possible, but at the same time, is it realistic to assume that Alpha would have whispers freezing their ass off in a snowstorm, looking to see if anyone crosses their land? I don't think so. But that's a possibility, but very, very unlikely. The second, we saw the walkers were frozen into one place. So if Alpha and the Whispers know exactly where the walkers are, they could have come later to realize that those walkers were dead. Which means that they would basically understand someone crossed their border to kill the walkers. Now, it could be anyone, doesn't really mean it's Michonne's group, but I think as far as Alpha's concerned, she knows that the only group that are out there close enough would be the survivors. So I think that's a more likelihood scenario. Now, the third scenario, how she would have known that, is obviously that there's a mole. And I think everyone's going to point fingers at Siddiq at this point. There's a lot of rumors about what happened during the Pike's border scene and whether Siddiq betrayed the group. So that's very, very significant in this conversation. So that means Siddiq would have basically told Alpha and the Whispers that they crossed the border at that time. Now, I would say this is, again, not as likely as the other 2 scenarios. This is actually the least likely scenario. I think the most likely scenario is that she just realized that they crossed her border because the walkers that were alive before died. Now, the second instance, with Aaron and Michonne, that wasn't really that difficult for her to realize because there wasn't any obstacle around. There could have been whispers all around to see them cross. So that's that. Now the third one, which is the fire scene, well, they actually revealed how they knew. Beta did in the premiere. He said that they saw smoke coming out of the area where the satellite crashed. And he mentioned that they saw them. So that basically explains how they knew that they crossed the border that instance. So that's pretty much it. I think this is how Alpha knew that the survivors crossed her land. I want to know everyone's thoughts and opinions about this. Let me know in the comment section below. That's it for this video. See you next time for another super video. If you like what you see, press like, subscribe for more content, and press the bell button to receive notifications for daily uploads.